Aiden wore a perfectly pressed charcoal suit, his tie knotted with meticulous care. Yet his expression was distant, the gaze of someone who had long grown numb to privilege. Before him lay an untouched feast, rosemary-crusted lamb, golden baguettes still steaming from the oven, and a glass of aged Merlot glowing in the warm candlelight. He had everything people dream of: wealth, influence, status. But as he scrolled through an endless stream of emails, he felt absolutely nothing. Just outside the grand marble steps of La Rivière, a little girl named Lila stood shivering in the night air. She couldn't have been more than 7. Her faded dress hung loosely from her thin frame, and her small bare feet were caked with city dust. Hunger gnawed at her belly, but she ignored it. For over an hour she had been watching diners through the glass windows, hoping that someone, anyone, might offer her leftovers as they left. No one did. A waiter carrying a tray of half-eaten plates stepped outside toward the trash bins. Lila's eyes lit up, but before she could take a step, the man barked, "Away with you! This isn't for street kids." He waved her off like she was an animal. She backed away, swallowing her tears. Through the open patio doors, she spotted him, a man in a dark suit sitting alone at a corner table. In front of him, untouched food, roasted vegetables, warm bread, and even a chocolate tart. Her mouth watered. "Just ask," she whispered to herself. Barefoot, she stepped onto the stone tiles, each movement trembling with both fear and determination. Gasps rose from the tables. "Where's security?" murmured a man. "This is inappropriate," said a woman in pearls. The head waiter strode toward her, his voice sharp. "Little girl, this is not your place. Leave now." But before he could touch her, Lila lifted her chin and looked straight at Aiden. "Sir!" Her voice quivered. Aiden looked up from his phone, startled. She seemed so impossibly small against the elegant backdrop of chandeliers and polished silverware. "May I eat with you?" she asked softly. The patio fell silent. The waiter froze mid-step. Aiden studied her, the hollows in her cheeks, the dirt smudged across her forehead, and in her eyes he saw something he recognized, a hunger he had once known himself. "Sir, shall I remove her?" the waiter asked. "No," Aiden said suddenly, his voice carrying through the room. "Bring another plate." The waiter hesitated. "You heard me," Aiden said more firmly. "The best you have, and make it fast." Lila's eyes widened. "Really?" "Yes. What's your name?" "Lila." Aiden pushed the chair beside him out. "Come sit, Lila. Tonight, you're my guest." Murmurs rippled through the restaurant. Some shook their heads in disapproval. Others avoided eye contact. But Aiden didn't care. When the bread arrived, he slid it toward her. "Eat slowly," he said gently. "There's plenty." Tears slid down her cheeks as she took her first bite. "My mama used to make bread like this before she went to heaven." Aiden swallowed hard. "And your dad?" "He left after Mama died. Said I was too much trouble." Aiden's jaw tightened. He reached for her hand. "You are never too much trouble. You're a child. You deserve care." The room grew quiet, guests lowering their eyes. The waiter returned with a plate piled high, roasted chicken, buttery potatoes, fresh greens. "Eat as much as you want," Aiden said. Halfway through the meal, he spoke again. "You don't have to beg anymore. Not ever again. I'm taking you with me. Warm clothes, a bed, and breakfast in the morning. Pancakes." "How does that sound?" Her lip trembled. "You mean it?" "I promise," he said, voice breaking. She threw her small arms around him. "I'll be good. I promise You already are, he whispered. By the time they left, the restaurant was silent, not out of judgment, but respect. One diner left a folded $100 bill on the table with a note for her future. That night, as Aidan drove his sleek car through the quiet streets, Lila sat wrapped in a warm blanket in the passenger seat. "Are you rich?" she asked drowsily. He smiled faintly. "I thought I was, but tonight I found something worth more than all the money in the world." "You're the nicest person I've ever met," she murmured. "And you," Aidan said softly, "are the bravest little girl I've ever known."